includes the CACC network and youtube.com/go post Eagles. Your Post University Eagles 3-2 overall, 1-2 in the NE10. Host the NE10 leaders in Assumption. The Greyhounds are 4-1 overall and 3-0 in conference. A pleasant, exciting good morning, soon to be afternoon, to everyone across our multiple networks and platforms. I'm Jeff Nelson, your voice for Eagle football. It's homecoming weekend, or HOCO as the kids say here at Post, and the Eagles are in competitive position in the NE10 in mid-October for the first time. Not necessarily something the pundits thought before the season began. The Eagles started 3-0, won their first conference game ever, and first conference road game at Pace a few short weeks ago. But a bye week followed by a last-minute loss to St. A's, and then a last-week game that everybody would just like to forget who's associated with the program, a 59-0 loss to Bentley up in Massachusetts, has put the Eagles at 3-2 on the season. Honestly, nothing of consequence or really to take away from that game last week, so not much of a recap. But what the Eagles don't want is the losing that's plagued them in previous seasons to become a trend. Today, a tough challenge with first-place Greyhounds coming into town, but outside of last week, the Eagles have won close and played competitive in every game, and they hope to get back on the winning side today and claw right back into the NE10 conference race. As for the Greyhounds, they're on a 4-game winning streak and defeated Pace 24-7 last week up in Worcester. Quarterback Jay Costanton was 17 for 20. 208 yards and 2 touchdowns, including 33 rushing yards on the ground. Running back Cameron Robbins had 115 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Defensive lineman Tyndall Frick had himself a game, probably game MVP all in, 3.5 sacks, while also having a team-high 10 tackles. So as we get ready for this one on homecoming weekend, it should be a fun one. Mid-October football with something big on the line for both teams. Assumption looking to stay in first place with a win and move their winning streak to 5, while the Eagles look to stop the bleeding from the 2-game losing streak and climb back up toward the top of the NE10 standings with a win on their own. Come back shortly with the starting lineups, national anthem, coin toss, and all of today's football action live from Waterbury, Connecticut. You're listening and watching to Post University Football on the Post University Sports Network, comprising the CACC network and youtube.com/go Post Eagles. We'll skip our initial break this morning during the pregame show, move right into the starting lineups brought to you by Post University, who wants you to ask yourself, are you a Post person? Post makes it personal with fast, flexible, and affordable programs that are designed to help you achieve your goals. No matter where you are in your academic journey, Post offers online, hybrid, and on-campus degree programs to meet your needs. For more information on all of Post degree programs, visit campus, take a tour, or apply. Go to post.edu. That's post.edu. For the visitors from Worcester, the Assumption University Greyhounds, 4-1 on the season, 3-0 in the NE10, and in first place. Their offense is led by quarterback Jay Costanton. He's a 6'4 junior out of Needham, Massachusetts. Costanton is 71 for 126, 918 yards, and 10 touchdowns on the season, throwing 2 interceptions as well, and 337 yards on the ground. So a dual-threat quarterback the Eagles will have to contend with today. Lead running back is Cameron Robbins, 6-foot junior, 215 out of Baldwin, New York. 3 wide receivers they go. Connor Smith, 6'4 junior out of Shelton, Connecticut. A.J. Robinson, 6-foot senior out of Norwalk, Connecticut. And Keith Mancini, 5'10 senior out of North Kingston, Rhode Island. Tight end is Matt Rake, 6'2", 230 out of Holden, Mass. He's a junior. And the offensive line from left to right, the left tackle is Jack Driscoll, 6'5", 285 senior out of Pembroke, Mass. The left guard is Tim Hahn, 6'3", 290 junior out of Henrietta, New York. The center is Matthew Connolly, 6'3", 300 graduate student out of Canton, Massachusetts. The right guard is Mason Leonard, 6'4", 290 out of Marshfield, Massachusetts. He's a senior. And the right tackle, Alexis Ruiz-Ortiz, a 6'4", 315 freshman out of Killingly, Connecticut. The head coach is Andy McKenzie. Eagles have taken the field here in Waterbury. And the Eagles starting lineup. Quarterback Malachi Taylor, senior, 6'1", 180 out of New York City, New York. He'll share playing time with Tyler Fumachan, the 5'11 junior quarterback out of Stratford, Connecticut. The running back is Adonis White, 5'7", 165 sophomore out of Newark, New Jersey. 3 wide receivers for the Eagles. DJ Lisbon, 6'3", 180 out of Westbury, New York. Israel Geraldo, the freshman of the year candidate for the Eagles, 6'1", 182 out of Providence, Rhode Island. And Jaheim Chambers, 5'11", 182 sophomore out of Quebec, Canada. Tight end is Jaquan Bramell, 6'5", 187 out of Hamden, Connecticut. He's a junior. And the offensive line is Colby Lorson Rice, senior, 6'5", 255 out of North Haven, Connecticut. Corbett Brickle, 6'1", 235 out of Queens, New York. He's a freshman. Jaden Gibbs, also a freshman, 6'1", 290 out of Springfield, Mass. Joseph Pieper, 6'1", 280 senior from North Haven, Connecticut. And Gio Rivera, 6'6", 265 out of the Bronx, New York. He's a senior. And that is the Eagle offense today with head coach Adam Schultz in season number 4. He continues to move up, 5-32 overall as a head coach, but 3 wins this season. The Eagles moving in the right direction in the NE10. Big slate of games within the NE10 today. Standings will be moving in different directions depending on who does what. Eagles have a chance to get back up into the middle of the standings with a win today. They currently sit 6th at 1-2, but a win would move them up into the top half of the NE10 and move Assumption back into a tie with multiple other schools. Captains are coming out for the official coin toss. Captain is Owen Fitzgerald, number 52, Matthew Connolly, number 50, Tyndall Frick, and number 10, Jay Costanton. 4 Eagles are out there as well, led by Nathan Hawkins, Amir Johnson, Michael Gabetti, and Malachi Taylor. Referee has flipped the coin. It appears that Assumption has won the toss. And looks like Post is going to receive. So Post will receive.
Michael, if you can see if you can get that one out the window.
As we get ready for the national anthem. Here in Waterbury, the Eagles will receive. They'll go right to left as you look at your screen. Assumption will go left to right. So now we ask everyone as we play our national anthem. Our national anthem here in Waterbury this morning, shortly to be afternoon here on a beautiful football Saturday here in the Northeast. The temperature 61 degrees, sunny with a very light wind, 3 to 5 miles an hour west to east. That's across the field, so that'll come directly to the camera side from the far side if you're trying to figure out the weather direction at home. Eagles in their home grays with the orange numbers. We'll go right to left for the first quarter. Assumption in the road whites with the blue numbering will go left to right. Some contrast here as we get ready for the first quarter. Post has given up 38 points in the first quarter while only scoring 27, but Assumption has scored 36 while only giving up 21. The Eagles flipped that in the fourth quarter where they have a 28-point margin of points for versus points against. As we get ready for the kickoff, wherever you're listening to us across our networks, on campus, in the state, in the United States, or around the world, it's time. It's football time in Connecticut as the Eagles come out to receive the opening kickoff of the game. Josiah Aurelius and that man, Israel Geraldo, back to receive. Both standing on their Geraldo on the goal line and Aurelius standing on the 5. The kicker is Massimo Scimbati. He's a 5'11", 175 senior out of Farmington Hills, Michigan. Approaches the ball with the left foot, pops it up in the air, going nowhere near Geraldo. A fair catch is called for at the 23-yard line. By Sir Paris Jones, and that's where the Eagles will start. 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Malachi Taylor is not starting. It's going to be Fumachan in the pistol. High snap, gets it down. He keeps the ball off right tackle, but maybe gains a yard at best as the snap sort of led to a slower play. Call it the 26-ish. So it's a gain of about 2 officially. And Fumachan out there again in the pistol with White behind him. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left on 2nd and 8. Opening drive of the game, second play. Eagles and Greyhounds here on the Post University Sports Network. Snap, Fumachan looks, throws behind his wide receiver. Aiden McNamara, the 5'7" senior out of West Boylston, Massachusetts. Fumachan looked left, through left, just behind McNamara. 3rd and 8. Fumachan on the season, 10 for 14, now 10 for 15, 104 yards, throwing the ball, 1 interception, no touchdowns. His strength of is his legs, 302 yards on the ground and 8 touchdowns. He did not play last week due to an injury, but back in the lineup again. Snap. Malachi Taylor in there for this drive, throws it over the middle, and it should have been picked off, but dropped. Taylor came in for the 3rd and 8 play. Threw a pass behind Geraldo, almost intercepted by Elijah Williams, a junior 5'6", 170 out of Dumfries, Virginia. Should have intercepted it, but did not, so that'll give Hayden Hall an opportunity to punt the ball away, and the Eagles go 3 and out in their first possession with 2 yards rushing and 0 for 2 passing. Hall standing on his 12-yard line, all the way back to receive. Hall gets the punt off, a booming punt high in the air. It forces Williams back to receive it, and he gets it at the 25, makes a veer at the 30. He's at the 40, gets to midfield, and he's out of bounds on the Eagles side of the field. No flags down as Williams, not listed as a starting punt returner, but was there on the punt return, gets close to 30 yards on the return. Close to a 50-yard punt for Hall. See if we get the official number. That might be 51 yards, but return to the 47-yard line of the Eagles. So Assumption starts in Eagle territory despite the big punt. And out comes Jay Costanton. As we mentioned, 337 yards on the ground this season rushing, and 71 for 126 passing with 10 touchdowns. He'll hand the ball off and drag behind the line of scrimmage with a big tackle there is Equan Crawford, who got in behind the line of scrimmage for a 3-yard loss. Crawford, the linebacker, 5'9", 200 out of Red Bank, New Jersey, brought down their running back, Cameron Robbins. Robbins has 260 yards and 4 touchdowns on the season, but a great play there by Crawford. 2nd and 13. Snap. Hands off again to Crawford. Crawford trying to go off left tackle, takes an initial hit right back at the original line of scrimmage. Gains the 3 yards back, and that'll be 3rd and 10. A.J. Morrison amongst a gang of 3 Eagles in the pile to make the tackle, and Assumption goes quickly 3rd and 10. Trip receivers right, single receiver left as Costanton goes into the shotgun. He's got Crawford to his left. Eagles playing a nickel. Ball at the 47, 3rd and 10. Assumption's opening drive. Crawford keeps moving. Now he's on the right side. Snaps to Costanton. Costanton looking left. Now looks over the middle. He's going to get not tackled. He got the ball off. It was caught at the 40, and that'll be 4th and 4 at the 40. As that was caught by number 12, Keith Mancini, 5'10" senior out of North Kingston, Rhode Island. It looks like the Greyhounds are going to go for it. Twins receiver right, twin receiver left. Crawford next to Costanton in the shotgun on 4th and 4. 6-yard gain on the reception as Costanton was almost sacked. Eagles look to bring the blitz. Here comes the pressure. 4th and 4. Throws over the middle. Caught. Then he goes backwards and gets the first down up to about the 26-yard line. An easy pitch and catch there. Caught by number 4, A.J. Robinson, the 6', 175 senior out of Norwalk, Connecticut. And Assumption right back at the line. Trips right, single left. Fakes the handoff. Costanton looking deep down toward the end zone. He's got a man wide open. It's caught. Touchdown. Eagles weren't ready for the high-paced offense, and it's caught by Jake McAlevey, 5'11", 190 graduate student out of Old Bridge, New Jersey. And quickly on the opening drive, the Eagles got him to a 4th down. But the conversion happened, and McAlevey catches the touchdown pass. His 2nd of the season, his 7th catch. And with 11:36 to go in the first quarter, it is 7-0 as the extra point is good by Schimbati. So a quick 5-play drive by Assumption. Eagles almost had the sack on 3rd and 10. Good play by Costanton to get 6 yards, and that allowed Assumption to go for it on 4th and 4. They get 20 yards on the 4th and 4, and then a 25-yard touchdown pass from Costanton.
Actually, Michael, see if you can get the 3rd one up there, too, because he is, like, in the graph, so it's harder to get it.
So the Eagles will will receive the kickoff from Schimbati. Left-footed kicker. You don't see a ton of those. Last time they kicked it nowhere near Geraldo. The odds are pretty high they won't do that again. Or they will do that again. Same kick over to Paris Jones, who takes it this time at the 22 instead of fair catching it. Gets to the 30 and then brought down after an 8-yard return. You have to wonder if at some point maybe the Eagles change up where the personnel are. But Sir Paris Jones, fair caught the first one at the 22, catches this one to the 22 and gets out to the 30, where the Eagles will start their second drive down 7-0 as Costanton hit McAlevey with a 25-yard touchdown pass to make it 7-0. Fubachan is out at quarterback. He's got no one in the backfield but him. Twins left, Twins right on 1st and 10 on the Eagles' second drive. Man in motion, fakes it to Geraldo. Fumachan goes up the middle, now off right tackle, and he's going to get dragged down for a 2-yard loss. As Assumption not fooled. Looked like Owen Fitzgerald was the lead tackler in on that. Homecoming weekend here on campus. Good crowd on hand. Lots of tailgating in the parking lot for sure. Twins left, single receiver right. White behind Fumachan in the pistol. Snap to Fumachan, hands it to White. White trying to find a hole, goes up the middle, gets back about a yard or two past the original line of scrimmage to call the game a 3. And that'll make it 3rd and 8. Similar position the Eagles are in on the first drive. Again, one of the things we talked about in the pregame as well is Assumption is plus 15 in scoring in the first quarter, and the Eagles are minus 11. The Eagles already trail 7-0. They don't want to let the feeling of last week creep into this week, so this is a big 3rd down, even 5 minutes into the game. White next to Fumachan, single receiver left, twin receivers right. Ball right in the middle of the field at the 32. Snap. Fakes the handoff to White. He rolls right. He's got a man, but he doesn't throw it. Now he throws it, and it is caught. Didn't go to the first man, threw it to the second one, and it was caught enough for a 1st down by Miles Ward, senior wide receiver out of Springfield, Massachusetts, gains 10. Fumachan had the tight end, Bramell, out in the flat, didn't throw it. Bramell should have had enough room to catch and run. He said he threw it right toward the hash mark, but caught by Ward. Enough for a 1st down. The Eagles' first completion and a big 1st down moves the ball to the 44-yard line. White changes positions in the pistol. Snap. Fumachan looks left, throws over the middle. It's caught again. Wow, that was almost picked off again, but caught by Aiden McNamara. And Eagles get a second 1st down. McNamara's second catch of the season is enough for a 1st down and move the ball into Assumption territory. Twin receivers left, single right. He's got White next to him in the pistol, does Fumachan. Snap. Hands off to White. Tries to go off left tackle. Eagles trying to block. He probably lost a yard. Back to the 45. Tackled in part by 35, Rusari Ritson, defensive lineman 6'3", 215 out of Canton, Massachusetts. Eagles changing up some personnel on 2nd and 11 from the 45-yard line of the Greyhounds. This time they go single receiver left, twins to the right. They've got Geraldo in the slot and White behind Fumachan in the pistol. Snap to Fumachan. Ball is fumbled, then picked up by Fumachan, who's got some room. He can stay on his feet. He'll gain a couple yards, and that's a break for the Eagles as Fumachan tried to pull it back from White. The ball was just left on the turf. Fumachan picked it up and was able to get back to the original line of scrimmage. And now it's 3rd and 10. Eagles change out a lineman for a receiver. On 3rd and 10, and at least the Eagles have been able to flip field position. Trips left, single receiver right, ball in the middle of the field, White next to Fumachan in the pistol. 4 defensive backs for Assumption. They try to bring the blitz. Fumachan goes up the middle. He's got a big hole. He might have enough for a 1st down. He's going to run. He will get to the 30. That's enough for a 1st down. And Eagles move the chains again, 3rd time on this drive. Good job by Fumachan. The blitz came from around him and circled the pocket, but that left nobody in the middle of the field, and he broke away. Again, he's one of the leading rushers in the conference and leads the conference in scoring with his 8 touchdowns on the ground. So Fumachan picks up 12. It's 1st and 10. Handoff to White. He tries to go up the middle, and he's tackled by 66. Emmanuel Cox, 6'2", 260 freshman out of Windsor, Connecticut. Loss of 2. 2nd and 12 from the 33-yard line. Receivers stacked on both sides, right toward the end line. White behind Fumachan in the pistol on 2nd and 12. Snap high. Fumachan tries to bring it down, tries to avoid the rush, and he does not. Not sure if that was going to be a run or a pass, but Fumachan didn't have much of a chance once the ball got high in the air. Managed to grab it down, but that's going to be a loss of close to 7 and push the Eagles back to the 40. And now make it 3rd and close to 18. As Eagles don't have to get all 18. They can go for it on 4th down. That's what you're going to do at this level, but they need 18 for a 1st down. Assumption, moving players in and out. Fumachan sacked on the last play, 3rd and 18. Snap. Fumachan goes up the middle. He's got space, and this is what I'm talking about. He's not going to get all 18, but he's going to get enough to go for it on 4th, as now it's 4th and 8, as he got back to the 30 on a QB draw. But this allows the Eagles to go for it on 4th and 8, as he gains 10. Sir Paris Jones out. Adonis White in on 4th and 8 from the 31-yard line. They need about 8. Need to just get to the 22. They're inside the 31. They need to get to the 22. Twin receivers left, twin receivers right. Eagles offensive line has to give Fumachan enough time to throw. White in the backfield with Fumachan as he looks over the middle of the field, calls out the defense. Snap to Fumachan. He gets a good one. Solid blocking, throws the ball to Geraldo. Even if he caught it, he would have been 5 yards short. He dropped it, and that'll end the Eagle drive. If Geraldo had caught it, he wasn't going to get the 1st down anyway unless he broke 2 tackles. He was being right on with Owen Fitzgerald. And there was another defensive back behind him, so it would have been a struggle to get those yards. And Eagles turn the ball over on downs at the 29-yard line. Four minutes, 11 seconds to go in the first quarter. Assumption's second drive starts now, leading 7-0. Man in motion, moves from right to left as Costantin takes the snap, hands the ball off left tackle, and a good hole there to the 25-30, 35-40. And a gain of 15 on 1st down for Cameron Robbins as Assumption gets right back to the line. They're a fast-paced offense. Have trips right, single left. No running back this time in the backfield. Watch for Costantin on the quarterback draw of his own, as he has no running back in the backfield. Assumption slowed it down after getting to the line very quickly. Snaps the ball. He'll take it on the quarterback draw. Tries to go off left tackle. He'll gain close to 4 before finally being brought down. Quan Crawford over there amongst other Eagles to make it 2nd and 6. Receiver left, twins to the right. He's got Crawford in the backfield with him. Robbins in the backfield with him. Gets the snap, hands to Robbins, tries to go up the middle. He's brought down close to the original line of scrimmage. I don't know if he got a yard or maybe a half yard. Give Robbins a half yard. This is now 3rd and call it 5.5 at the Greyhound 46. They need the Eagle 48. Eagles need to make a stop here again early in the game, but you don't want to have the problems that you had last week. Eagles show blitz, particularly on the far side. Twins right, single left. Snap to Costantin. Looks over the middle, now looks left, throws light. He has it caught at midfield. He breaks a tackle, does he? To the 40, he's to the 30, he's to the 20, he's to the 10. He's gone. It's a touchdown for A.J. Robinson, and the Eagles should have tackled him before the first down line. Instead, it is a 54-yard touchdown pass from Costanton to A.J. Robinson. And the Eagles now trail 13-0 pending the extra point. That was just bad tackling there. The Eagles could have had him behind the first down marker and forced a decision on 4th and 1 or 2. Kick is up. It is good, and it's 14-0. Assumption with 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go in quarter number 1. And the Greyhounds have a 14-0 lead. Assumption on a 4-game winning streak. They're first in the conference at 3-0. The Eagles, this is the third of a very difficult 3-game stretch. Very easily could have beat St. A's 2 weeks ago. Didn't get out of the gate against Bentley last week, and now here's the third one against Assumption today. Not that the NE10 schedule gets quote-unquote easier, but at the same time, the program and everyone knew this was going to be a tough stretch. But the Eagles can get on the board here, get themselves back into the game. So a big possession for the Eagles. Let's see if players are going to come out in the same formation. And I wouldn't expect Schimbati to kick it anywhere near Geraldo. It's going to probably go right back towards Sir Paris Jones again, who's one of the up men on the right side. Kick goes right in his direction again. He's going to fair catch it again at the 22. Again, maybe at some point you change him with Geraldo or Orleus, but not what the Eagles have done to this point. So now Malachi Taylor comes out. Had one play on the first drive. This will be his first start of a series as the Eagles start 1st and 10. From, officially they'll call it the 25. Oh, because he fair caught it. That's correct. It's at the 25, yes. Malachi Taylor, quarterback, has Bandy as the running back behind him. He gives to Bandy, who goes up the middle, gains close to 3, out to about the 28-yard line. Bandy, 5'6", 170 out of Miami, Florida. He's a sophomore. Give him 3 to the 28, so call it 2nd and 7. Eagles trail 14-0. 2 minutes to go in quarter number 1. Twin receivers on either side. Snap to Taylor, who looks over the middle. Now tries to avoid the sack, but he's not going to. He's going to get dragged down. Led by 55. Jeff Jean, 6'2", 280 junior out of Mansfield, Massachusetts. He manhandled Taylor down. Got some assistance from Emmanuel Cox, but it was Jean who led that sack. And that pushes the Eagles back 9 yards and makes a 3rd and 14. They need the 35. They're at the 16, excuse me. Taylor looks for the wide receiver screen. It's caught, but gains maybe 3 yards on the wide receiver screen, as it was caught by Miles Ward, but no gain. Excuse me, Bryce Kalangis, 18, not 10. He made the catch. Bryce Kalangis, the 5'7" wide receiver from Monroe, New York, formerly of LIU, and the Eagles will have to punt. Trailing 14-0. Hall standing on his own 10. His first punt officially 51 yards. Gets it at the 51, gets the ball up in the air. This one will not go 51 yards unless it bounces and rolls. It takes an Eagle bounce, goes out of bounds. At the 35-yard punt as it goes out to the 40. And the Greyhounds will take over with 1:35 to go in quarter number 1. leading 14-0. 25-yard touchdown pass on the first drive and a 51-yard touchdown pass on the second drive. Eagles have had their moments on defense, but bad tackling on the second touchdown pass, as that should have been caught behind the first down marker. Instead, he went for 54. Costanton clapping, takes the ball finally, looks right, throws left, has a man, but overthrows him. As he was looking for Connor Smith, the 6'4 wide receiver out of Shelton, Connecticut, in his homecoming. Here, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. I think that might be his first incompletion, was Costanton. Receiver left, far side, to right, near side. Hands the ball up the middle to the running back, who gains close to 6. And that was number 22, Angelo Smith, 5'11 senior out of Jefferson, Mass. Give him 7 officially as he's out to the 47. 3rd and 3. Eagles need a stop on 3rd and 3 as time's ticking down here in the first quarter. And that's the end of the first quarter, as he didn't get the play off. So 3rd and 3. They'll flip the 6 yards of the field, and we'll take a break with Assumption leading 14-0. We'll be back in 1 minute on the Post University Sports Network, comprising the CACC network at youtube.com/GoPostEagles. Start of the second quarter, 14-0 Assumption, 3rd and 3 from the 47-yard line. Assumption going right to left now, with the Eagles going left to right. 3rd and 3, big one for the Eagles. Just want to restart the momentum. Trailing 14, Costanton takes the ball, looks right, looks left, throws over the middle. He's got a man, it's caught. It's going to be a first down. As Keith Mancini caught that for about 7. Over midfield they go, which is what they need to do, and that's a first down. Call it officially 7-yard reception, ball at the 46. 1st and 10. Snap. Hands the ball off right tackle, goes the running back. Gains close to 8 on that handoff. As Angelo Smith in the backfield now. And the Greyhounds keep moving. Now Smith goes off. In comes Robbins. 2nd and 2. Twins right, single left. Robbins right next to Costanton in the pistol. Snap. Fakes the handoff. Looks left. Throws deep down. He's got a man. It's caught at the 5. He drags the defender in. Touchdown, Greyhounds. As Connor Smith, all 6'4 of him, bodied up on Xavier Arce, 6'1. Caught the ball, then dragged Arce into the end zone with him. The 5 yards from place of catching to touchdown blue. And Assumption now has a 20-0 lead on the second play of quarter number 2. Actually, that might have been the 3rd play. Skimbody for the extra point. Snap is up. Kick is up. Ball is through, and it's good. It's 21-0 on the 3rd play, officially, of the second quarter. And Eagles trail 21-0. As bad as last week was for the Eagles, and we talked about some of this in the pregame, we talked some of this off air as well, the Eagles have always played well at home. Win, lose, or draw, despite the record over the last 3 seasons, they've always played well at home. We can only really think of one game where there was a They only really had one game that we can think of where they really got blown out at home. They've always been competitive at home. And obviously this has not started out in the direction they want. They've now been outscored since the St. A's game, 66-87 to nothing, since the game-winning touchdown against Pace. Excuse me, against St. A's. Since that touchdown in the final minute, they've been outscored 87 to nothing. So Eagles need to change that up. Same formations. Sir Paris Jones standing at the 30. Ball's gone in his direction every time, and this time they kick it over his head and into the end zone for a touchback. So changed it up this time. Didn't kick it to Sir Paris Jones, but the ending is the same. And the ball ends up in the same position. And the Eagles go 1st and 10, and Fumachan out there again for this drive. Eagles had a decent second drive, but got stopped on 4th and 8. Deep inside Greyhound territory. But now they trail by 3 scores and early in the second quarter. Ball on the far hash mark. Eagles going left to right. Single receiver left. Twins to the right. Fumachan. Pitches off the left side. Looking for Adonis White, who ends up getting back to the 25, which is the line of scrimmage. No gain officially, so now 2nd and 10. Ball now on the near hash. 2 running backs now, one receiver on either side. As Assumption switches defensive lineman, looking to show blitz. Snap. Doesn't give the handoff, but Fumachan's in the backfield with multiple Greyhounds in the backfield. He goes down at the 25, and his helmet goes flying off, so I don't know if that's a face mask. This will be our first penalty of the day. It is a face mask against the defense. That'll give the Eagles 15 yards and an automatic first down. Fumachan, first penalty of the game for either team against Assumption. Fumachan allowed to stay in the game because his helmet was ripped off by the Greyhounds. So that'll move the ball to the 40-yard line. And ball there we go. Now the ball is being moved to the 40. Eagles gain 15 yards on a penalty, and now we'll have 1st and 10 at the 40. Fumachan okay. Twin receivers stacked to the left, single receiver near side right. White behind Fumachan. 1st and 10. Snap to Fumachan. Doesn't hand off, takes it instead. Here's Fumachan off the tackle. He gains 4 or 5. And a little pushing and shoving afterwards. Call it 5. They'll give him out to the 45-yard line. It's 2nd and 5. And then another whistle. Let's see. So they'll take the Fumachan run off the board. The Eagles will take the penalty, make it 1st and 5 instead of 2nd and 5. As back-to-back penalties on the Greyhounds have moved the Eagles 20 yards. It's now 1st and 5 at the 45. Single receiver right, twin receivers left. White behind Fumachan. Greyhound showing blitz on the far side, and they come with it, but he gives it to the near side. White gets around 1, gets to midfield. That's a first down and more. Gains about 10, and that's a first down. Eagles on the run by White. Good kick-out block by Gio Rivera as well, as he got in front of Tyndall Frick, which gave White the lane off tackle to get the 10 yards. Call it 11 officially for a first down, and the Eagles back in Greyhound territory for the second time today at the 44-yard line. Ball right in front of us here. Twin receivers right, twin receivers left as Fumachan looks over the defense. Snap. Fumachan looks left, Now tries to roll away from the pressure. Rolls to the right side, throws, and it's picked. Bad choice of throw by Fumachan as he was being pressured, in particular by Donovan Monroe, 6'3", 225 junior. But it was picked off by Billy Gould, the graduate defensive back from Wantage, New Jersey. And the Eagles turn the ball over for the first time today, but are trailing 21-0. Sometimes that was just forcing it a little bit more than needed to be. Might have just been better to dump it off or to just run out of bounds. But tried to make a play, got picked off, and the Eagles turn the ball over for the first time today. It's Fumachan's second interception of the season. Assumption with the ball at the 30. Snap. Fakes the handoff to Robbins. Throws it quickly. It's caught by the last touchdown man, Connor Smith, who probably got 10. Let's see, or they're just short. Nope, they'll give him the first down. Assumption continuing to move fast. Leads by 21. Hands the ball. Nope, fakes the handoff to Robbins. Stanton gets back to the original line of scrimmage on the quarterback keeper. Good tackle there by 9, Hakeem Dembele. Second and 10. As the Greyhounds slow down a bit, the home crowd trying to implore the defense a little bit. Trailing 21-0. Man in motion, right to left. That leads single receiver. Eagles push up the defense. Stanton clapping, takes the ball, hands to Robbins. Robbins has a hole off the guard, and he's to the 50. He gets to the 45, enough for a first down, so he gained all 10 yards right there and more. Good blocking by the left guard and left tackle that opened up the hole for Robbins to gain 11. Ball at the 45. Snap. Stanton gives to Robbins again, goes off tackle this time, the left tackle. He'll gain another close to 10. Might be enough for a first down, or he might be a yard short. Looks like a yard short. Got to the 35, needed the 34 was Robbins. 2nd and 1. Single receiver left, twins to the right. Robbins next to Stanton in the shotgun. Snap. Gives to Robbins again. He'll go off right tackle this time. He'll get enough for the first down, but not much more. He only needed one, and he got it. 1st and 10 at the 34. Don't forget to stay with us at halftime today. We'll go around the post-university sports scene and take a look around the NE10, as well as scores within the top 25 around the nation today on a beautiful football Saturday. The only thing not beautiful at the moment is the Eagles trailing by 21. Twin receivers left, single receiver right. Robbins next to Stanton in the shotgun. Snap to Stanton. He drops the ball. It's on the ground. He's tried to pick it back up. He does. Now looks to throw. He throws it deep down the left side and out of bounds. That could be intentional grounding. Let's see. He did get it back beyond the line of scrimmage, but he was in the pocket. Let's see if they go pull the flag. Nope, they will not call. They're going to say he's outside the tackle box. So Stanton, calm and poised, able to pick up that fumble and throw it out of bounds. 2nd and 10 from the 34. Single receiver right, twins to the left. Robbins next to Stanton, this time on his right side in the shotgun. Snap. Fakes, nope, gives it to Robbins. Robbins breaks a couple of tackles and able to gain 3. Finally brought down by, looked like Kevin Frangel in there. 34. And now it's 3rd and call it 8 officially. But good job by Robbins to gain 2 out of nothing. And will probably allow Assumption to go for it on 4. So this is going to be 4-down territory here. The first step is to get the Eagles to get the fourth down. Stanton claps. Claps again. Takes the ball. Fakes it to Robbins. Goes up the middle. Has a bit of a hole. He escapes one tackle, and he might be gone. He's at the 20. 15-10. He's brought down inside the 10. He kept the ball. Found a hole over right tackle. Went right up the middle. Made a veer out to the right-hand hash marks. And out of bounds inside the 10 on 3rd and 8. First and goal with the ball at the 7. Single receiver to the far side left, and there's nobody over there, and the Eagles call timeout. Smith was standing all alone on the left-hand side. That's the near side, and no defender was near him, so the Eagles wisely call timeout. With 6 minutes and change to go in the first half, and Eagles trailing 21-0. Scores from around the nation today. Number 17, Vanderbilt leads number 10, LSU, 7-3. Number 12, Georgia Tech, 7-0 over Duke. UConn leading Boston College, 7-6. End of one up in Chestnut Hill. Arizona 14, Houston 7, and Baylor 7, TCU nothing. Those games in the first quarter. First and goal from the 7. Receivers on either side. 22, Smith, the running back, behind Costanton. Gives to Smith. Looks to go left tackle side. Gets brought down. Maybe a gain of 1. Maybe no gain. Tough to see from this angle. Brought down by Joey Poland among a gang of Eagles. And then there's an Eagle player down as well. So officials timeout. As they tend to the injured player. Can't see the number, so as soon as we figure out who that is, we'll get you the number. Games around the NE10 today. AIC travels to St. A's. That's a 1 o'clock start, and Southern Connecticut goes to Pace. That's also a 1 o'clock start, so neither of those games have started yet. Franklin Pierce yesterday hosted Kentucky State and lost 17-14 up in New Hampshire. Don't forget, next week Eagles will host Franklin Pierce here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury. That kickoff will be 1 o'clock, pregame 12:45 on the Post University Sports Networks, comprising the CACC network and youtube.com/GoPostEagles. Looks like the injured player is Hakeem Dembele, 6'2", 250 junior out of West Haven, Connecticut, but he's able to walk off under his own power. As it's second and goal, still from the 7.
Second and goal for the Greyhounds.
Snap. Fakes to Smith, throws it, but taken down at the 5 on a nice tackle there by Giovanni Flacavento. Was the tight end, Matt Rake. 2-yard gain makes it, well, call it 1-yard gain. Third and goal from the 6. 5.5, call it. Changing some personnel. Rake goes out. Another receiver comes in. And for the first time today, really, Assumption's slowing it down. Smith's still the running back. Twin receivers left, single receiver right on 3rd and goal. Play clock down to 2. Snaps, takes the ball, gives it up the middle, and good job by the Eagles to tackle him down at about the 5. So all of that offensive movement, first and goal from the 7, gets stopped at the 5. And for the first time today, a field goal kick will take place as Skimbate, who's 5 for 7 on the season, will attempt what will be a 22-yard field goal just shy of the right hash mark. Gets around, it's blocked. I didn't see a flag. It's up in the air. The Eagles trying to recover it. Still trying to recover it. Finally picked up at the 40. There is a flag. There's going to be offsides on the Eagles, which I thought he jumped it. There's a flag on the far side, the near side of the field. That's going to come back probably for offsides. Definitely looked like he had a step, but a fun block anyway. As it looked like Aiden McNamara broke in and made the block. That moves the ball to the 2.5, and they're going to bring the offense back out, I believe. And it looks like Dom Santiago is going to take this as the quarterback. Santiago has thrown one pass this season and rushed for 26 yards. So Santiago in at quarterback. Smith, the running back, one wide receiver to the near side on 4th and goal. Snap. Santiago looks to run. He gets tackled, but I think he gets in with all that size, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Santiago, 6'5", 225 out of Sewell, New Jersey. That's his first touchdown of the season. His second touchdown of the season, his 8th rush. And after the penalty on 4th and goal from the 5, it brought it to the 2.5, and they went for it. And they get in, and it's 27-0. Schimbati, who was going to take a field goal attempt, now out for the extra point. Snap, kick, up, good. 28-0 Assumption here in the second quarter. And the Eagles, as we mentioned earlier in the quarter, have given up 94 straight points from the game-winning touchdown against St. A's that was scored in the final minute. The Eagles gave up 59 last week and have given up 28 today. So in just about 75 minutes of action, the Eagles have given up 94 points in a row. We knew this was going to be a tough 3-game set. Eagles felt like they should have beaten St. A's. Didn't work in their favor. Got to come back with a solid offensive series here, trailing by 28. Don't forget, next week, Eagles will host Franklin Pierce here, 1 o'clock at Municipal Stadium. Can't be here. Join us live on the Post University Sports Network's 12:45 pregame, 1 o'clock kickoff. Schimbati with the left foot. Kicks it deep this time. Eagles switched players. Geraldo was the deep back, but it goes over his head by 5 yards. The Eagles will take the ball 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Eagles have been in Greyhound territory twice. First time they got stopped on 4th and 8 from the 30. Second time a Tyler Fumachan interception. He tried to make a play, but instead he got picked off by Billy Gould. And the Eagles will start 1st and 10 at the 25, 28-0 Assumption. Fumachan has Bandy in the backfield. Snap to Fumachan, gives to White, tries to go up the middle, but is mauled, pancaked rather, by 2 defensive linemen of Assumption. 66 Cox, 50 Frick. Takes Bandy down and makes it 2nd and 10 from the 25. Twins left, Twins right on 2nd and 10. Fumachan looks over the defense, who's in a nickel. Snap, they bring a blitz off. Full out blitz, wide running back screen. but he threw it over the 5-6 Bandy's head by 3 yards. And that'll lead to 3rd and 10 now from the 25. Malachi Taylor in for Fumachan, a quarterback, on 3rd and 10. A throwing down. Almost assumed that Assumption will bring a blitz of some kind, although they seem to be backing off a little. Snap. Nope. 3-man rush. Taylor throws it over the middle. He's got Geraldo at the 45. Breaks a couple of tackles and is taken down at the 40. That was a seed thrown by Malachi Taylor to Geraldo for his first reception of the day and a first down. Nice throw by Taylor. Gain of 35 on 3rd and 10. Eagles now trying to move quickly. Snap to Taylor. Hands off to Bandy, and he goes ahead with it. Eagles' first time today. Looks like they're in the flow of the offense. Sometimes it only takes 2 plays. Bandy for 2. Eagles bring in an extra lineman on 2nd and 6. 4:25 to go in the first half. Taylor hands off to Bandy, who gets nothing. A loss of 2, in fact. On 2nd and 6. Now it's 3rd and 8. Fumachan back in. Fumachan back in on 3rd and 8. Ball at the 38-yard line. He's got Bramell, the tight end, next to him. Twin receivers left far side, single receiver right near side. 3 down linemen for Assumption. Snap to Fumachan. Pocket closes in. Fumachan will run. He'll get the first down and more. He's up to the 23-yard line. That's an Eagle first down. On the let's try that again. On the design quarterback draw. First and 10 at the 23-yard line. Eagles' 3rd time in Greyhound territory today. Twin receivers either side. Bandy, the running back, next to Fumachan. Fumachan looks right. Looks over the middle, dumps it over the middle to Bandy, who catches at the 20 and gets taken down to the 15. Simple little dump-off pass to Bandy as he looked over the middle first, then saw the 5-6 Bandy for the reception. And that's his 2nd reception of the season for Edward Bandy. And that makes it 2nd and 3. Ball at the 15.5-yard line. They'll stay in the same formation. Nope, now Fumachan is all alone in the backfield. He's gone quarterback draw a couple of times in this formation. Let's see. He rolls to the right this time. He's going to take it off the right tackle, but gets taken down at the 15. Maybe a gain of 1. Maybe. Looks like no gain. Well, give it half a yard. No gain or half a yard. Just kind of depends how you see it. And that'll make it 3rd and 3. Single receiver right. That's Chambers. Twins to the left. Bandy behind. I think that's a 2-minute warning. 28-0 at the 2-minute warning for Assumption. Don't forget to join us at halftime. Like I said, we'll go around the post-university sports scene and the NE10. As you stay with us here on the post-university sports networks. Scores around the nation. Number 10 LSU now leads Vanderbilt 10-7. Number 12 Georgia Tech 7-0 on Duke. UConn still leading BC 7-6 and driving start of the second quarter. Michigan 7-0 over Washington. Army and Tulane scoreless in the second quarter. Central Michigan 7-3 over Bowling Green in the second quarter. Miami of Ohio 7. Eastern Michigan nothing in the second quarter. And number 14 Oklahoma in the first quarter. No score at South Carolina. West Virginia will be at UCF. That game will start at 1 o'clock. Third and 3. Same formation. That was right before the 2-minute warning. Bandy behind Fumachan. Single receiver right, twins to the left. Assumption showing blitz. Snap to Fumachan. He gives it up the middle of the Bandy. He's going to get enough for a first down, I believe, or no. Thought that was enough. Let's see where the spot officially is. He needed just past the 14. Nope, they're going to say 4th and short. I thought he got to the 13 easy. Fumachan, the Bandy, but Fumachan kept the ball. He's going to go to the 10. He's going to try to get into the end zone, and he is short. Fumachan fooled everybody, and Bandy took a blast because the defensive lineman thought he had it. Fumachan kept it, managed to get the first down, and it's 1st and goal for the Eagles at the 1-yard line. 90 seconds to go in the first half. Eagles 1st and goal. Looks like they're going to do sort of the tush push here. Let's see. Fumachan tries to go up the middle. It's a rugby scrum, and he is... I don't know where he is in the scrum. Let's see. He's short. So all that rugby scrumming and Fumachan short. Eagles, not the Philly Eagles, but the Post Eagles in the same formation. Snap, and that pile didn't move again. Let's see. Still needed just about a half a yard. Fumachan is in. Touchdown, Eagles. As the rugby scrum tush push gets Fumachan into the end zone for the 9th time this season. And the Eagles on the board, trailing 28-6. Eagles are going to go for 2. A minute 2 to go. No, I'm sorry, they're not. They're going to kick the field goal, the extra point, excuse me. So Hawkins looked like they were setting up to go for 2. Hawkins, snap, spot, kick, up, good. Schwartz the snapper, Fumachan the holder, and the Eagles on the board on a 1-yard rush. Makes it 28-7. So the Eagles finally break the 94-in-a-row point-scoring run since the end of the St. A's game and get themselves back on the board so they can feel good going into halftime, though Assumption will try to take that away. Plus they get the ball to start the second half, does Assumption. So if the Eagles can make a couple of defensive stands here, one at the end of the half and one at the start of the third quarter, things will look up a little, but that still has to happen. 1:02 to go in the first half. Eagles on the 1-yard run by Fumachan. Hawkins to kick it from the 35. Back to receive is 7 Williams. And 15, but that's going to go out of bounds. That's a bad kick. That'll put the ball on the 40. Excuse me, 35. Also back was 15 McAlevey. So that puts the ball at the 35 and gives Assumption a little bit better field position. 1st and 10, no time went off the clock, so 1:02 to go in the first half. And at quarterback is Santiago, who scored the rushing touchdown on the last 4th down offensive play. Santiago gives a handoff, goes off left tackle, is the running back who gets tackled at the 39. That's 21. Francois on the carry. Jean-Francois, the running back on that play. Under a minute to go. Santiago out there at quarterback. Gives to Francois again. Tries to go off right tackle. He gets hit by one. Breaks the tackle. Keeps going, and he might be gone, and he is. That's amazing. 40, 30, 20. He's tackled at the 10. But he was hemmed in the backfield by 3 Eagles and broke the tackle and ran 50 yards with 14 seconds to go. Assumption was just going to sort of run it. He ran it into the line, but he broke the tackle. That's the 3rd such type play today where Assumption has broken tackles and had significant runs. So 1st and 10 at the 12. Good job by, looked like Amir Johnson to get back and make the tackle. Because it looked like Jean-Francois was gone. But good job by the Eagles. But now 1st and 10 from the 12. And Assumption looking to score again. Twins left near side, single receiver right. Santiago, the quarterback. He's only thrown 1 pass this season. This will be 2. He throws it. It's caught at the 5. Touchdown, Assumption, and that's everything the Eagles did not want. Matt Rake, the junior tight end, he makes the catch for the touchdown. That's his first of the year. For Santiago, that's his first touchdown pass of the year. He only had 1 attempt coming into this game, and that's his first touchdown. And that 1 minute, 2 seconds left on the clock is everything the Eagles didn't want to have happen. Should have had Jean-Louis hemmed in on the Greyhound side of the field. Instead, he broke a tackle, broke 2 tackles, then broke a 3rd tackle, and rushed for 45 yards. And now the Greyhounds lead 35-7. With a few seconds remaining in the first half. You can't ignore the fact that Assumption is larger, both height-wise and weight-wise, than a significant portion of the Eagle defense and offense. They're a good team for a reason. They've won 4 in a row, but they have tall, heavy wide receivers, tall, heavy offensive linemen, and tall, heavy defensive linemen. And the Eagles are smaller, just don't have that size. And the Eagles trailing 35-7. Kick is a line drive. It's going to go out of bounds. No, sorry, not out of bounds. And through the end zone. A monkey flip at midfield. Both players seem to be okay. Eagles probably just down the ball here and go into the locker room, but the last drive is a killer. Not to say you can't come back from 35-7 or you couldn't come back from 28-7, but you wanted to get off the field after that touchdown, and they could have. But the tackle, the 3 missed tackles, and the Jean-Francois 50-yard run that sets up the touchdown to Rake. Bit of a killer, but 2 receivers right, single receiver left. So it looks like the Eagles are at least going to run a play versus downing the ball. Snap to Fumachan. He gives it to Bandy. Bandy gains maybe 5. And that'll do it. Halftime here in Waterbury. Eagles finally get on the board, but trail 35-7 as we'll be back in 3 minutes here on the Post University Sports Network. We'll be back in 3 minutes. You're listening and watching the Post University football on the CACC Network and YouTube.com/Go Post Eagles. So we come back from break. We're going to show you the Post University cheerleaders here on homecoming weekend, here on the CACC Network and YouTube.com/Go Post Eagles, the Post University Sports Network.
I mean, I don't even need to switch, I don't think. I mean, it's got a good view, though, maybe. It's a good view.
No, it's another 2 minutes. This is the part that you're struggling with practice. They were doing it like so many times they could not get it. They did it though.
And that's our Post University cheerleaders and dance team. We'll come back in 2 minutes with a halftime show here on the CACC Network and YouTube.com/Go Post Eagles, Post University Sports Network. Halftime here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury. Assumption leads Post 35-7. Halftime report brought to you by Post University and its 17 NCAA Division II athletic programs from its nationally ranked men's soccer team, who have made the NCAA Sweet 16 3 years in a row, or the brand new women's flag football team slated to start in the spring of 2026. Post offers a variety of sports in every season you can enjoy, whether a student, a parent, or a fan. For more information on Post University athletics, news, scores, and upcoming schedules for all your favorite teams, please go to posteagles.com. That's posteagles.com. Let's start with women's hockey, and congratulations to first-year coach Brandon Brown, who got his first win yesterday as the Eagles defeated Franklin Pierce 3-2 in NEWHA conference action. First collegiate goal for Georgia Stevens. She had a multi-point game, and Lily Zoner as well, as the Eagles scored 3 unanswered goals after the Ravens took an early lead in the first period. En route to the 3-2 victory for Brandon Brown, the former Post University goalie on the men's side and former assistant coach on the men's side. In his first season, they are 1-6-1, but got his first win. So congratulations to Brandon Brown, the youngest coach in Division I women's hockey, as the Eagles get on the board with their first victory. Their next set of games will be next weekend, a home-and-home with Holy Cross. Home game Friday, home game Sunday, road game Friday. Puck drop for both games will be 7 o'clock in Worcester and at the Sports Center of Connecticut on Sunday. So congratulations again to head coach Brandon Brown. Julie Merlin and Anna Vasilis named CACC Women's Tennis All-Conference second team for the first time since the 2023 season. Post University had 2 players on the CACC All-Conference team, as junior Anna Vasilis and sophomore Julie Merlin were named All-Conference second team, announced by the league earlier this week. They become the first player since Anasiata D'Souza, who was named CACC All-Conference first team in 2023, to land on an All-Conference team. But it marks the first time the Eagles have had 2 players on that team since 2018. Merlin was 6-7 overall in singles and was with a 4-6 finish in conference, while finishing 2-11 in conference play. Vasilis was 3-4 as a single and made a run to the ITAA regional singles earlier last month. The Eagles closed the season on Wednesday afternoon at home against Dominican, falling to the Lady Chargers 4-3 and ending the season, unfortunately, 0-13 overall. But congratulations to Julie Merlin, the sophomore, and Anna Vasilis, the junior, on being named all-conference members. NE10 men's hockey has released their preseason poll. The Eagles are picked to finish 5th, though I vehemently disagree. St. A's has earned the top spot in the Northeast Conference Coaches Poll. As announced earlier, they ended up with 5 of the 6 first-place votes, 25 points overall. St. Michael's second place at 18. Assumption third, 17 and 1 first-place vote. The Penmen was 16. Post 9 and Franklin Pierce 5. The Eagles returning almost their entire offensive roster. Only a few players have left, and a few players have come back. A few players come back. Some new freshmen have come back, but almost an entire offensive roster is returning. The Eagles have an exhibition game tonight, and then we'll kick off the season against the newly formed Western Connecticut State hockey team on Saturday, November 1st. I'll be there to bring you all the action for that game on Saturday, November 1st at the Sports Center of Connecticut. Hope to see you in the crowd, or if not, on the Post University Sports Network. Women's volleyball continues to plug away, 15-3 on the season. They're playing today away at Jefferson University. I don't have an updated score on that game, but the 15-3 Eagles, 7-0 at home, 6-0 at conference at Jefferson University today. See if we can get you scores sometime during the second half. I don't have one right now. They'll play their next home game, a start of a 3-game homestand on Thursday. They'll host Southern Connecticut State at the Drubner Center, 6 p.m. A week from today, they'll host Chestnut Hill College at 1 p.m. And a week from Wednesday, they'll host Caldwell, all 3 games at the Drubner Center. And 2 conference games in that loop. Chestnut Hill and Caldwell. Eagles, again, 15-3 on the season, 7-0 at home, 6-0 in conference going into today's action. men's golf. Excuse me, we'll go to women's soccer. Apologies. Women's soccer, 0-3-2 in conference, 0-8-2 overall. They are playing at 4 p.m. today over at Lemoy Field to host Goldie Beacon. They're coming off a 1-1 tie against Wilmington a week ago today, also at Lemoy Field. So after the football game for homecoming, get out over to Lemoy Field to watch the Lady Eagles take on Goldie Beacon in a conference game. Looking for their first win of the season. They do have, again, the tie against Wilmington a week ago today. Then they go out on the road. They play Bridgeport at Bridgeport on Wednesday, and then a noon game a week from today at Chestnut Hill down in Philadelphia. Men's soccer continues plugging ahead. They're 13th ranked in the nation, 1-1 tie against Wilmington University earlier this week. Eagles are 4-0-5 on the season, 3-0-2 in the CACC. So no regulation losses, no losses at all. 5 ties, 4 wins. The Eagles will be playing Goldie Beacon tonight, 6:30 p.m. So catch the women at 4, catch the men at 6:30 over at Lemoy Field. The Eagles are unbeaten in their last 6 meetings with the Lightning since the 2019 season, including a 2-0 win last year on the road. So the Eagles keep plugging ahead, 13th in the nation, taking on Goldie Beacon today. Looking to, again, keep their unbeaten streak alive. They'll travel to Bridgeport on Tuesday and at Chestnut Hill a week from today. That's your look around the post-university sports scene here this afternoon. We'll come back in 2 minutes with your stats, information, and a look around the top 25. You're listening and watching to Post-University Football on the Post-University Sports Network, comprising the CACC Network and YouTube.com/GoPostEagles. Getting ready to start the second half shortly. I'm Jeff Nelson here on the Post University Sports Network. Halftime stats brought to you by Post University, ranked as one of the top online colleges for 2025 by Newsweek. So ask yourself, are you a Post person? What are you waiting for? Reach out to Post University today to see what they can offer you online, hybrid, or on-campus. Options await. For more information on all Post degree programs, to visit campus, take a tour, or apply, go to post.edu. That's post.edu. First half stats, well, it was really the assumption show, as Jay Costanton, 8 for 10, 156 yards and 3 touchdowns. while Dom Santiago came in 1 for 1, 11 yards and 1 touchdown. Rushing, Jean-Francois, 2 carries, 54 yards, including the big one at the end of the first half, which we'll try to forget. Robbins, 8 for 42, Costanton, 3 for 30, Smith, 4 for 16, and Santiago, 1 for 2 with a touchdown. Receiving, A.J. Robinson, 2 for 68, he had a touchdown. Connor Smith had 2 for 48 and a touchdown. Jake McAlevey, 1 for 26 and a touchdown. Keith Mancini, 2 for 13, and Matt Rake, 2 for 12 with the touchdown. Owen Fitzgerald, 6 tackles, led the way, and sack for Atkins. That's Marquise Atkins. And 2, half a sack each for Cox and Jean. For the Eagles offensively, Tyler Fumachan, 3 for 6, 1 interception. Malachi Taylor, 2 for 4, 39 yards. Fumachan had 31 yards. Rushing-wise, Fumachan 11 for 55 and a touchdown. Edward Bandy, 6 for 15. Adonis White, 5 for 14. Malachi Taylor, 1 for 0. Receiving, Israel Geraldo, 1 for 35. Miles Ward, 2 for 16. Aiden McNamara, 1 for 12. And Edward Bandy, 1 for 7. So overall, the Eagle quarterbacks are 5 for 10. Let's see, the defensively, Crawford, Orleus, and Gabetti, 5 tackles each. And the Eagles have no sacks on the day. We didn't really get a chance to do an NE10 wrap-up. It's mostly a Bentley wrap-up, but we'll give you the updated scores from around the NE10. As I mentioned earlier, Kentucky State beat Franklin Pierce 17-14 yesterday. St. A's and AIC up in St. A's 7-0 in New Hampshire, St. A's. And Pace and Southern down in New York. 14-0 Pace in the first quarter against Southern today. Eagles will kick off. They'll go right to left as you look at your screen. Assumption left to right, leading 35-7. Back to receive. Looks like Brady Madigan, the junior defensive back out of Duxbury, Mass. And Elijah Williams, 5'6", 170 defensive back, although he looks much bigger than 5'6". But that's what it says here. And then after this, we'll give you a look around the top 25. And start of the third quarter here in Waterbury. It will be caught in the end zone by Williams. He will bring it out. 5, 10, makes it here 15, gets brought down right around the 15, actually gets pushed out of bounds right around the 15. Led by Jazeer Orleus. And Assumption will start 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Around the top 25, Vanderbilt, number 17, leads LSU 14-10. Georgia Tech still up 7-0 on Duke toward the end of the first half there. Oklahoma 7-0 over South Carolina. UCF 7-0 over West Virginia, and UConn still holding on 17-13 over Boston College. Single receiver right, twin receivers to the left. The quarterback is back to Costanton. Stanton has Robbins next to him. Eagles show blitz, fakes the handoff, throws it to the far left side. It is caught, but a gain of about 4 and then a flag. McAlevey made the catch, was brought out of bounds at about the 20, then a flag after the play. So McAlevey will get a penalty for unnecessary roughness. And the 5-yard gain wiped off the board, pushes them back 10 yards because it's a half the distance penalty. And now 2nd and 15 from the 10 for Assumption. The only penalties in this game, to the credit of the Eagles haven't taken a penalty yet. Now I've just jinxed them. But the Eagles have not taken a penalty yet. 2nd and 15 from the 10. Costantin looking over the defense. Fakes the handoff to Robbins, throws it over the middle, and it is dropping almost. Well, a battle ensued, let's put it that way, as Connor Smith and J.J. Morales fought for the ball, ended up being dropped. Nobody caught it or intercepted it. Now it's 3rd and 15, and the Eagles look to get off the field for the first time today defensively. 3rd and 15. Trips near side right. Single receiver far side left. Robbins in the backfield with Costantin. Snap. Looks over here on the near side. Holds. Still rolling out. Throws it up the middle. It bounces. He had A.J. Robinson if he threw a better ball, but threw it behind Robinson and short as Robinson found a seam in the zone. But ball was short, and the Eagles will get off the field for the first time today. And out to punt comes Peter Burns, 6'1" freshman out of Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey. He's punting from inside his own end zone. Israel Geraldo standing at midfield awaiting the punt. Apologies, the Eagles did have one penalty, the offsides on the field goal block. Punt is up. It's going to go right to midfield. Geraldo catches it at the 50 and is brought down at the 50 with a nice tackle by 27 Christian Martin, sophomore, 5'11", out of Sewell, New Jersey. So a gain of about 5, a return of about 5, by Geraldo. Gets the ball on the Greyhound side of the field at the 49, where the Eagles will have their first possession of the second half, trailing 35-7. Just get points on the board. Just drive and play defense. You can't get 28 points on one possession. That's the one thing you have to remember as a team. You can't get it all back at once. Taylor, the quarterback, hands the ball to White, looking to go up the middle. He gets back to the line of scrimmage and is driven back, led by Donovan Monroe. 3 other Greyhounds there as well. No gain for White. Bromell comes off the field. So now the Eagles have no tight end. They go 4 wide receivers. Twins on both sides. Taylor with White next to him in the shotgun. Greyhounds show blitz, particularly on the ends. See if that cornerback pinches in as well. Snap. Taylor over the middle. Has a man. Caught at the 35. Miles Ward's 3rd catch of the day. Good job by Taylor finding his receiver, throwing the ball as the Greyhounds blitz, and that's a first down Eagles at the 35. Good patience by Taylor, as he only had 5 linemen in front of him and the running back to block. Sir Paris Jones in a tight end now. Twins on both sides again. Taylor, nobody in the backfield. Fakes the jet, nope, gives the jet sweep to Geraldo. He's got a bit of a hole, gets maybe 4. 3.5 as he got to about the 31. I'll call it 3 officially on the field. Out comes Sir Paris Jones, back in Adonis White. 2nd and call it 7. Eagles stay with the 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. White back in as the running back. Taylor looking over the defense, takes the ball, snaps, looks left, throws deep down the left side. He's got a man who might, if he had stayed on his feet, could have caught it. And that would have been Aiden McNamara, but he was stumbling at about the 7 and fell down. Ball just fell outside his grasp. If he could have stayed up, he might have been able to have a catch and get into the end zone. 3rd and 7 now, in almost assuredly 4-down territory for the Eagles. Geraldo in the slot on the right, Twins left, White next to Taylor. Assumption again showing blitz, particularly on the near side. They push ahead. They get through. Wide receiver screen is popped up in the air as he didn't get it over the defensive lineman. And Jeff Jean think got his hand on the ball on the wide receiver screen, on the running back screen. Taylor could have gotten it over, but that's a lot of size. Beef, 6'3", 6'2", and 6'4", who were coming in on a full blitz. And now the Eagles will go on fourth down. This is almost the exact spot they were in the first quarter, and they could not convert. Trips left, single receiver right. White still the running back. Assumption shows blitz. They come hard on the right side. Taylor over the middle has somebody. It's dropped by Geraldo. It was in Geraldo's hands. He dropped it at the 10. Otherwise, it would have been a first down. And the Eagles go off the field after gaining one first down. As Geraldo drops the ball at the 10, and that ends the drive. Out comes Costanton. He'll go twins on both sides. He'll have Robbins as the running back. 1st and 10. At the 31. Snap. Handoff. Robbins gets a hole off tackle. Gets to the 40, 45. Over the 45 he goes, close to about the 48. Markham was to 47 officially. It's a first down run by Robbins. Single near side, twins far side. Stanton looking to the sidelines for the play. He's got Robbins next to him. Eagles 4 down linemen. Crowd imploring the defense. Snap. Fakes the handoff. Costanton, 7-step drop. Throws it deep down the left side. He's got a man. If he catches it, he's in. Touchdown, Greyhounds. As Connor Smith beat the defensive back on the far side of the field, and a nice throw by Costanton. Caught at the 10, and in goes Smith for his second touchdown of the day. And the Eagles now trail 41-7 with 11 minutes and change to go in the third quarter. High snap, ball up, kick looks like it's good, and it is by Skimbati, who's 6 for 6 on extra points today. And the Greyhounds have a 42-7 lead. Don't forget to join us a week from today. The Eagles will host Franklin Pierce here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury. 1 o'clock kickoff, 12:45 pregame on the Post University Sports Networks, comprising the CACC network and youtube.com/GoPostEagles. Franklin Pierce 2-2 on the season, 3-4 overall, 2-2 in the NE10, 3-4 overall. Eagles, barring stuff, lots of time left, but barring some stuff, could fall to 1-3 in conference and 3-3 overall, but time still remains. As I mentioned on the last drive, you've got to take it one drive at a time. You're not going to be able to score all these points back at once. So Skimbati with the left foot, and now the Eagles have sort of changed up their return formation as they're now bunched together down there. Kick is short. It's going to go out of bounds, and that's a break for the Eagles as it goes out of bounds at the 35. That's where the ball will be. A little bit of woofing by the Greyhounds on the post sideline. Don't want to start anything there. They're winning. They know. They're aware. You don't need to woof at them. Ball goes out of bounds, so the Eagles should take it at the 35. First and 10, Eagles from the 40, actually, is where they'll put the ball. Fumachan back in at quarterback. Looks like Bandy is the running back next to him. He gives to Bandy, tries to go off left tackle. He'll gain about 4, get to the 44, 2nd and 6. Jaquan Bromell back in the game as well. He came off earlier with what looked like an arm injury, but seems to be okay. He's coming back into the ball game now.
Second down from the 44-yard line. And 6 to go for the first.
Single receiver near side left, 2 receivers far side right. Bandy to the left of Fumachan in the shotgun. Snap. Fakes. Fumachan up the middle. He is 1.5 yards, 2 yards short of the first down. I'll mark him at the 48. So that's 3rd and 2. Out comes Bandy. In comes McNamara on 3rd and 2. Bromell, the tight end, in the backfield now next to Fumachan. Eagles need midfield. Snap. Fumachan looks over the middle, throws over the middle, and is picked off at the 47 by Nick Smith. 6'2", 215 linebacker out of Danbury, Connecticut. Second Eagle turnover of the day. They've turned it over twice on downs as well, but the second Eagle turnover of the day by Smith, who ball was thrown directly to. For Smith, that is his first interception of the season. He was second on the team, third on the team in tackles coming into today's, second on the team, in tackles coming into today's game. Out comes Costanton, leading 42-7. Handoff to Smith. He gets taken down after a gain of 2. 2nd and 8. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Third possession of the quarter for Assumption. They went 3 and out and then scored a touchdown on the next series. Tight end in motion is Rake. Costanton claps, sees blitz, reverse, and a nice tackle by Michael Gabetti on the reverse. It was a slow developing reverse as A.J. Robinson got the ball, but it just never developed. Gabetti was in the backfield almost before Robinson got the ball. A loss of 8. And that makes it 3rd and 15 for the Greyhounds. Now back on the Eagles side of the field. So nice play by Michael Gabetti, the nation's leading tackler a year ago. Johnson jumped but got back, so no flag there. Eagles show blitz. Gabetti comes up to the line, now backs off. 3rd and 15. Costanton claps. He's got trip receivers to the left. Snap. Looks left, now looks over the middle, now looks right, throws it down the middle of the seam. It is dropped. Tough catch as he tried to catch it with his left hand was A.J. Robinson. But for the second time in the quarter, the Eagles get the Greyhounds off the field. They will punt on 4th and 15, Back to punt is Peter Burns, whose first punt went 41 yards. Israel Geraldo back at his own 15 to receive. Snap is good. Kick is up. It's going to be short. That's going to bounce at about the 32. Everybody just gets away with it, and the ball will die to 26. 34-yard punt. And again, some woofing by the Greyhounds at the Eagles, leading 42-7. Taylor out for quarterback on this drive. Eagles bringing out what looks to be an extra lineman. On 1st and 10 from the 31. Taylor. Hands off to White, who gets around the corner, leaps over all that for a gain of, call it 3. 2nd and 7 from the 34. A wide receiver for a lineman as McNamara comes in for Brickle. Trips right, single receiver near side left. And somebody jumped. False start, only the Eagles' second penalty today, and that'll push him back 5 yards. So 3-yard gain, 5-yard penalty makes it 2nd and 12.
Second down and 12 to go for the Eagles.
Another screen, that's gets blowed up. I don't think he caught it. I think there's going to be also roughing the passer as well. It was never caught by White, so it's an incomplete pass, but I think there's going to be roughing the passer as Taylor got mauled. And that's what it is. On the defense, 48, that's Nick Smith, who had the interception on the last drive. He hit Taylor well after the pass, and that'll give the Eagles an automatic first down. So the attempted screen pass to White blowed up, but Taylor hit well late. That gives the Eagles an automatic first down at the 39-yard line. Receivers stacked on both sides. Blitz shown by the Greyhounds. White finds a bit of a hole, gains 4 or 5 this time. Call it 4 for White. Second and 6 from the 43. Eagles will keep the same personnel on, but make it trips left. That's near side left. Eagles going right to left in their home grays. Snap to Taylor. Looks over the middle. Throws it deep, cut down. He's got McNamara. It's caught at the 30. That's a touchdown, Eagles. Nice throw by Malachi Taylor and Aiden McNamara into the end zone, into the nest for the first time in his career. And the Eagles get a long touchdown pass of 67 yards. And the Eagles still trail, but again, you got to get points. That's how you start. It's 42-13. Nice throw by Taylor. Nice route by McNamara. Good ball thrown. McNamara caught that one. And the Eagles make the extra point as we kill a bee in here. Or at least make him regret coming in. I think we might have stunned him. I don't think we got him. Yeah, this bee is a survivor. Let me give you that. 42-14 on the extra point by Hawkins. And the Eagles on the board. So again, a slow climb. 6:26 to go in the third quarter. Ways to go, but good feeling for the Eagles. They got 2 touchdowns now. Fumachan in the first half on a 1-yard tush push and a 57-yard touchdown pass from Malachi Taylor to Aiden McNamara. For Taylor, That is his 4th touchdown pass of the season. As we mentioned, McNamara's first touchdown catch of the season. Hawkins to kick off. His last kickoff, not good. This one, better. Forces Williams into the end zone. He lets it bounce, and that'll be a touchback. Apologies. His first kick wasn't good. His second kick, better. This one, even better. One thing to watch out for is both teams starting to woof at each other a little bit, so referees might start to take control, a little extra pushing and shoving as things go along. But the Eagles just want to play defense right now. Just make a defensive stand. Take it one play at a time. One play, one drive, one quarter. That's all you can do. Single receiver left, twins to the right. Costanton back out there with Robbins on 1st and 10 from the 25. Eagles show blitz. They bring the blitz. Robbins goes far side off tackle, breaks one, gets enough for a first down and a little bit more. Close to the 40. I'll mark him at the 38. 1st and 10, Greyhounds. Quickly to the line, hands it to Robbins again, goes off the same tackle, gets more than he needs, up to the 45-40, and he's brought down as they ran the same play again. He went off left tackle. That's enough for a first down. Call that a gain of 22. An Eagle player is down. That's Flacavento on the far side of the field. 42-14, 5:42 to go in the third quarter. Flacavento right around midfield as he is down. Quick update around the NE10. St. A's leads AIC 14-0 midway through quarter number 2. And Pace leads Southern Connecticut 21-7 early in the second quarter down in New Haven. Flacavento able to walk off under his own power. 1st and 10 at the Eagle 41. Single receiver right, twin receivers far side left. Robbins next to Costanton in the shotgun. Eagles show blitz again, this time from the far side of the field. Costanton stops, waits, looks back at his coaches who are gyrating in a bunch of different positions. Hand signals and other. Snap. Handoff, nope, keeps it himself, has some room, gets over right tackle for a gain of about 7. Call it 6, actually. They'll mark him at the 36-ish. So that's a gain of 5, technically. 2nd and 5, same formation. Costanton kept it this time. This time he gives to Robbins. Robbins off left tackle again, has a hole, enough for a first down. Call it a gain of 6. Crowd looking for a holding penalty, nothing coming. 1st and 10 at the 30. Twin receivers far side, single receiver near side. Snap, fakes, Costanton in the middle, has a hole, runs right up the middle. He's going to get to the end zone. Touchdown, Greyhounds. As that's the 3rd or 4th time today the Eagles have just, I don't know what the right word is for it. They've had three times today where they should have made tackles that ended up being touchdowns. That time the C's parted. They had Costanton pinched in because he was looking to throw. Instead, he just ran up the middle for 30 yards and a touchdown. For Costanton, his first rushing touchdown of the season. Extra point is good, and that makes the score 49-14 with 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. And the Greyhounds regain their 35-point lead at 49-14. Don't forget to stay with us next week, 1 o'clock. Post-host Franklin Pierce here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury. Kickoff 1 o'clock. Pregame 12:45 on the Post University Sports Network, which is the CACC network, and youtube.com/Go Post Eagles. One thing we haven't had today is any exciting kickoff returns. Eagles have only kicked off 3 times. 2 of them were touchbacks. And the Greyhounds have kicked it nowhere near Israel Geraldo. And Sir Paris Jones has had 3 punt returns, 2 fair catches, and 1 for 8 yards. Ball fell with the wind. Last kickoff by the Greyhounds went out of bounds. So we'll try again. Ball fell off the tee prior to the kick, so no play. So we'll try again. Approaching the ball. Kick is popped up again, and Sir Paris Jones fair catches it at the 27-yard line. And the Eagles have scored a touchdown on their last drive. We'll start again. Again, good feelings. You just want to keep the offensive momentum going right now. You have a game next week. So maybe you put this behind you if you can't make up 35 points, although there's still a lot of time left. But, make your offense feel good so when you come back on the field next week, because you have a tough home game against Franklin Pierce. Twin receivers near side, single receiver far side. Snap to Fumachan high, which slows the play down. And that's happened a lot as well. Got to get those snaps directly to your quarterback. You go high, changes off the timing. Other than the score, a beautiful fall day for football. Leaves are turning a variety of colors. Temperature mid-60s now with a light wind. 2nd and 13, so couldn't have a better day for football. Just not going the way the Eagles want. Fumachan fakes the screen, throws it down to the near side, but that is nice couple of moves, but eventually he is mauled. That's going to be a 5-yard loss. Caught by DJ Lisbon, but a 5-yard loss. They faked the screen near side, ended up going screen far side, but Lisbon got jacked up by Owen Fitzgerald amongst a group of Greyhounds who were not fooled. And now 3rd and call it 17. Eagles need a 42. Single receiver far side, Twins receivers near side. Bandy the running back on 3rd and 17. Fumachan looks left, moves away from the pocket, throws it up the middle. It's caught by Bandy, but he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, so a 7-yard gain. And that's 4th and 10. Eagles will punt on 4th and 10. Hall, who's been okay punting today, he hasn't had to punt very much. This is only his 3rd punt because the Eagles have turned it over twice on downs, and 2 interceptions. Gets the kick up. That's decent. It's going to bounce at the 35 and go out of bounds around the 28. See where they officially mark it. Right at the 30. So a 38-yard punt for Hall, who is averaging on the season 37 and a quarter. So right on the average. See who the quarterback is. They've changed quarterbacks to Dom Santiago. And appear to be playing some of their second-string players, leading by 35. Different sets of receivers in there now. different running back as well. Santiago fakes the handoff. He'll try to go left. He will get hit, but manages with that 6'5" frame to get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's what I'm talking about size. That's a 6'5" quarterback right there. Let me give you his weight. He's 6'5", 225. A big boy to drag down. He took a hit, but dragged the defender enough to get right to the line of scrimmage again. So call it 2nd and 10. 10, 10 and a half, depending on your perspective. And coming into the game, Santiago had only thrown one pass all season. He's thrown one today. That was for an 11-yard touchdown to Rake. He'll hand the ball off to Jean-Francois. Finds a hole again. He's got a first down and more. Spins off another tackle. He gets into Eagle territory at the 44. No flags on the field. And Jean-Francois has had himself a day. The play at the end of the first half, really a defining play today. But that right there, another run of 28 yards for Jean-Francois, who's closing in on 100. He's only got 3 carries. And Santiago's not a thrower. Hands off again as Jean-Francois goes off the same tackle. Will gain 5 and tackle down, well, close to 6. Down at the 36. Oh, actually mark him at the 35. If they do that, it's a gain of 7 for Jean-Francois. Keep the same formation. Santiago looking to move quickly. Eagles almost jumped, but did not. Two receivers right, single receiver left. Eagles moving their defense around. Snap. Hands off. Nope, keeps it. Does Santiago, and he gets hit behind the line of scrimmage by Dembele. Loss of, call it 1. Not a sack because it was a running play, but a loss of 1. 3rd and 4 with twin receivers on either side. Again, Santiago's thrown 2 passes all season. He's 1 for 2, but 1 for 1 today. And then the end of the quarter, I believe? Yes. End of third quarter here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury. Unfortunately for the Eagles, they trail 49-14. We'll be back in 30 seconds. With the start of the fourth quarter, you're listening and watching Post University football on the Post University Sports Network. Start of the fourth quarter, 3rd and 4 for Assumption, leading 49-14. I'm Jeff Nelson here on the Post University Sports Network, comprising the CACC Network and YouTube.com/GoPostEagles. Not the Eagles' best day, trailing 49-14, but a 3rd and 4. Dom Santiago at quarterback for Assumption, going right to left as we start the fourth quarter. Eagles will go left to right. Assumption in the road whites, Eagles in the home grays. Eagles show blitz. Claps, looking to throw. He does throw. It's caught by Jean-Francois, and he is brought down, I think, a yard short. So Santiago 2 for 2 today throwing the ball. He's not a thrower, but the Greyhounds are going to go on 4th and 2. They bring in a couple of big boys. 90. 90 is Omari Williams, 6'3", 260, and brings in Matt Rake, 6'2", 230. So lots of heavy guys in front of Santiago, 6'5" himself. Jean-Francois behind him in the pistol. Single receivers on either side, 4th and 2. Snap. Santiago hands to Jean-Francois. He goes into the pile. That should be enough for a first down. As I think he got 3, he needed 2. I have to see the Greyhounds stats on 4th down, but I think they're 4 for 4 today. I don't have that in front of me. Early fourth quarter, 49-14 Assumption. It looks like they're going to extend their winning streak to 5. Santiago claps, hands the ball off. There's a new running back this time. He gains a couple of yards. That running back is Kyron Simonson, 6'1", 200 from South Plainfield, New Jersey. He's a sophomore. And for Simonson, that is his second carry of the season. Santiago fakes forward. That should be a false start. You can't lurch forward like that with your hands. That's usually a false start, but they don't call it. Santiago will slow it down. He's got Simonson next to him. Claps, takes the ball, fakes to Simonson, looks to throw again, throws it over the middle. He's got somebody, but overthrew him. That was number 6, Jack O'Sullivan, senior quarterback, 6'1", 200. He's from Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. He's listed as a quarterback, but he's playing wide receiver on this play. I lived in Shrewsbury once. Nice town. Twin receivers left, single receiver right on 3rd and 7 from the 28-yard line. Simonson's the running back next to Santiago, his first incompletion today. Snap. Goes off right tackle to Santiago. Good job by the Eagles. They weren't fooled. A gain of maybe 1. Looks like Michael Gabetti, I think, was in on that tackle. Nope. Excuse me, it's Aquan Crawford. That was 8, not 5. Hard to see from this area. Twin receivers right, twin receivers left on 4th and 7. 4th and 6, I'm sorry. Snap. Santiago looks over the middle, throws it down the seam, and a nice catch by Simonson. Oh, I thought that Amir Johnson had gotten a hand on it, but somehow it got into the hands of Simonson. His first reception of the season. And 1st and goal on the 20-yard reception. Nice catch by Simonson. I thought Amir Johnson got his hand on it. But Simonson caught the ball, went down the far sideline, and it's now 1st and goal at the 2. Santiago has Simonson next to him. Claps, hands the ball to Simonson, up the middle, and in, touchdown. Kyron Simonson, his first touchdown of the season. And the double nickel is on the board, 55-14. Greyhounds extend their lead, extra point to come. Not the homecoming game the Eagles wanted. Snap is good, kick is up, and it is good by Skimbati, who's 8 for 8 on extra points today. And a 56-14 lead here in Waterbury this afternoon. Around the top 25. No, around football. Let's just go around football. It's a little easier. Number 17, Vanderbilt leads LSU 17-13 at halftime. Georgia Tech and Duke tied at 7. Washington and Michigan tied at 7. UConn leads BC 24-20 in the 3rd. Houston leads Arizona 21-14 in the 3rd. TCU 27, Baylor 10. Army and Tulane tied at 3. Central Michigan leads Bowling Green 24-6. Miami of Ohio leads Eastern Michigan 21-14. Oklahoma 14-0 over South Carolina. That's number 14, Oklahoma. UCF leads West Virginia 14-7 down in Orlando. Kent State 6, Toledo 0 in Toledo. Ohio State will travel to Wisconsin at 3:30. Number 3, Indiana hosts Michigan State. Ole Miss at Georgia at 3:30. And the most important game of the day, Tennessee, number 11, travels to Tuscaloosa to take on Alabama. Both teams 5-1. That game's a 7:30 start tonight. Kick is deep. Geraldo will get a chance. He catches it at the 2. Gets to the 5, 10, looking for a block. He's not going to get one, and he gets dragged down at about the 14 or 15-yard line. A microcosm of the struggles the Eagles are having today. There is a flag, probably offsides on the kicking team because it's back where the ball was kicked. And that's probably the only thing Assumption has done wrong today is that they have 6 penalties and the Eagles have 2. So not the day the Eagles have been looking for. Ball will get moved to the 21-yard line. I'll mark it right at the 20. 1st and 10. Malachi Taylor back out at quarterback. Eagles trail 56-14. With 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Handoff to White. White gains about a yard. Eagles have also had 2 turnovers today. Assumption has had none. Stacked receivers on both sides. White behind Taylor in the pistol. Snap. Taylor fakes a handoff, looks to throw, does throw. Caught by Geraldo at the 35. Gets to the 40, and then he's gang tackled at about the 41. That tackling led by 17, Chase Gauvin, 5'11 junior out of Pawcatuck, Connecticut. But nice catch by Geraldo. Gets the Eagles a first down. Twins left, single right. Snap to Taylor. Hands it off to White, who gets hit hard after a gain of 2. Led by 57, Jensen Toze. 6'2", 215 out of West Orange, New Jersey. Assumption's got a lot of big boys. A lot of 6'1", 6'2". Their roster is littered with people over 6 feet tall and over 200 pounds. Twins on both sides. Congratulations to the women's volleyball team who won today in 5 sets, keeping their undefeated streak in conference alive. Taylor takes the snap, looks over the middle, throws over the middle, has Geraldo at the 40. 35, makes a move, 30, 25, 20, 15, brought down inside the 15 at about the 12. Nice reception by Geraldo as Taylor found him in the middle. First down, Eagles into the red zone again. Geraldo, his 27th catch of the season. Eagles quickly over the ball. Ball's marked at the 14. Hand off to White, who jumps over a defender and then gets brought down behind the line of scrimmage, led by 95, Michael DeFelice. 6'2", junior out of Saugus, Mass., and he's another big boy, 6'2", 230. Loss of 4. 2nd and 14. Under 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Eagles trailing by a lot. Snap to Taylor. Looks over the middle. Throws now. He's got Geraldo in the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown. Israel Geraldo. His 28th catch of the season. His 2nd touchdown receiving of the season. And the Eagles get one. Taylor's 2nd touchdown pass of the game. Into the nest goes Israel Geraldo. And the Eagles now trail 56-20 with the extra point to come. Nice throw by Taylor. Thought he overthrew him. But good job to hit Geraldo in the far corner of the end zone. That should make the offense feel better. Again, they have another game next week against Franklin Pierce. Now, maybe this means they can't win the conference outright, but competitively, the goal should be to get to 500 for the season. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is good. 56-21 with 8 minutes and 42 seconds to go in quarter number 4. Again, little steps. The 3-0 record, the 3-game winning streak and the 3-0 record to start the season was really good, particularly since you've only won 2 games as a program ever. But this was a big 3-game stretch against top-tier talent at this level. Unfortunately, they're going to lose all 3. They could have won the St. A's game. It was very close. They didn't play well last week, and this week has been a challenge. But you come out the other side. Goal is programs to win the games. You have a 500 season this season. You've made marked improvement off of 1-9. So you take those first 3 games, you take the next 3 games, these 3 games, you put them in the rear view, and you've got 4 games left to go. Starting next week against Franklin Pierce, 1 p.m. kickoff, 12:45 on the Post University Sports Networks. Eagles will kick off trailing 56-21, but they do have scored some touchdowns, and Taylor's shown some good throws. One to McNamara was a nice throw, and the one to Geraldo also nice, leading to the touchdown. Hawkins will kick off. Last 2 kicks have been touchbacks. Williams still back there to receive. Looks like Xylis Abney is also back there. He's listed as a 6'2 tight end. That ball's going to bounce out of bounds. That's the second out-of-bounds kick by Hawkins today on kickoffs. So he's got 2 touchbacks and 2 out-of-bound kicks. See what the Eagle defense can do here. You're probably going to see a lot of runs. First of all, Santiago isn't much of a thrower, but he's also, just want to kind of kill the clock and get out of here. So let's see, new running back in as well. It's Caden Brochu, 5'9" freshman from Dudley, Mass. And guess what? He weighs, 200 pounds. Maybe 199 if you take off a cleat or something, because just to say they're not all 200 pounds. Santiago takes the snap, gives to the running back, who gains maybe a yard, maybe 2. Does Brochu out of Dudley, Massachusetts. 2nd and 8. And again, Greyhounds have substituted all their major players. Almost everybody in here is a backup at this point. Brochu is the 5th running back I think we've had, maybe 6th at this point. I have to go back and look. 2nd and 8. Santiago looks over the defense. Claps, snaps, hands off, up the middle, finds a hole. First down is Brochu as he gets to midfield. And I think if anything you want to take away from, if you're the Eagles, again, might want to just erase some of this, but got to remember tackling has got to get better. 3 times in the first half they had players cut short and let them roam free for touchdowns, and that's another one where he squirts up the middle, gets off a tackle, and gets a first down. Santiago takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it this time, and he's got a big hole to the 40, 35, brought down by J.J. Morales. But can't say enough about how Assumption has played today, plus the size of this team. Everybody's 6-something and 200-something just about. So every player is big, and this even the running back in there now, Brochu, 5'9", 200. And a false start by the offense. 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Flag on the offensive lineman, Mason Leonard, 6'4", wait for it, 290. Almost everybody on their roster is under 200 pounds as a freshman. So those guys will put on some weight, I promise. Single receivers on twin receivers to the right, single receiver on the left. 1st and 15 for Santiago. Snap. Hands it off to Brochu. Hits the line, gains 3-ish. A Eagle helmet goes flying off. And that's the helmet of Kevin White. He'll have to come off for a play. Second and 13. They go 4 wide receivers this time. Brochu still the running back. Santiago looks back at the coaches. Gets the updated play. Gabetti claps his hands. Got to be careful there. Snap. Handoff to Brochu again into the line. Dragged down by 42. Katrakazis. And it's 3rd and 11 at the 35. Greyhounds changing personnel with time running out. We're 5.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. (56-21). Eagles blitz, fakes the handoff, throws it sort of on a line, so I don't know if that'll be an official run or a pass. Caught by Makai Bowden, 5'10" wide receiver from Nantucket, Massachusetts. And here's one. He's under 200 pounds, folks. 175 for that guy. First player today, I think, who is under 200 pounds, Makai Bowden. Formerly of the University of Rhode Island, so kid's got some talent. Going for it on 4th down, 4th and 7. Trips left, single receiver right. Claps again. Santiago takes, he's going to throw again. Looks over the middle, trying to avoid the blitz. Throws, it is caught. Nice ball. That kid throws a good ball. Caught at the 14 by 88, Will McNamara, 6'5", 210. Another big boy from Pembroke, Mass. Hand off to Brochu over the middle. He is tackled at the 2. Must have good cafeteria food up there at Assumption because lots of 200-pounders. And when you don't have 200-pounders, you have 300-pounders. So, the Eagles are just not that big across the board. They have many more players in the low 2s and in the mid 2s. And height-wise, 6'3", 6'2", 6'4", 6'5". Credit to the recruiting job done by Coach McKenzie. Santiago, 6'5", takes the ball, hands it off to Brochu, goes up the middle, touchdown! Greyhounds. Their 9th touchdown of the day, and that makes it 62-21. For Brochu, his first touchdown of the season, his first set of carries this season. And extra point number 9 to be tried by Schimbati. Snap is good, kick is up, and it is good. So, 63-21 Assumption with 3 and change to go here in the fourth quarter. I think we can officially mark Assumption up to 4-0 in conference, 5-1 overall. The Eagles will fall to 1-3 in conference, 3-3 overall, and go on a 3-game losing streak. Offenses looked a touch better in the second half, but they're going to come into Franklin Pierce looking to get back over 500. Here at the let's try that again. Here at Municipal Stadium, a week from today, 1 p.m. kickoff, 12:45. So come on out and at least watch some good college football. Great weather day today. Look, the weather long-term forecast looks good. So get on out here next Saturday to watch some football. Here on the YouTube.com/Go Post Eagles and the CACC network. Probably one last offensive drive for the Eagles, so let's see if they can get another set of points out of it. Again, just take some feel good. Defensively, you're not going to feel great. Offensively, you can get some more points. You will feel good on the offensive side. Not the day you would hope for. It was 35-7 at half. It was 28-0. And just were never able to get their footing. Assumption scored on their first two drives and made it look very, very easy. And unfortunately for the Eagles, it just never clicked together. And they trail 63-21. Fumachan in at quarterback. Ball at the 25, 1st and 10. Twins left, Twins right. Bandy, the running back, behind him, so call it the pistol. Snap. Hands off to Bandy up the middle, gain of 5.
That's Bandy, number 4 on the carry.
2-minute warning coming up soon. Like I said, probably the Eagles' last drive, but just as a difference, Bandy 5'6", 170, Adonis White 5'7", 165. The running backs for Assumption 5'11", 215, 5'9", 200, 6 foot 215. Handoff again, maybe a gain of 4 or 5 again. Oh, they'll call it a first down, so give him 6. Bandy gets 6, give him first down yardage, so 1st and 10. They bring in Jaquan Bromell. 2:45 to go in the 4th. Snap, rolling, looks to throw, does throw, and is short. Not sure if he was looking for DJ Lisbon or 84, Avi Ben David, 5'8", 145 out of Cherry Hill, New Jersey. He's on the field. Stacked receivers on either side. It's 2nd and 10. Snap. Fakes the handoff. Fumachan gets out of trouble. Moves up, rolls up, still on his feet. Gets taken down at the 41. An awesome gain of 7. Let's just call it what it is. A nice, awesome gain of 7 by Fumachan, who somehow got out of being sacked. Got out of a couple of tackles of his own. And now it's 3rd and 3. 2-minute warning here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury. Eagles trail 63-21. And 4th quarter, 2-minute warning brought to you by Post University, who wants you to ask yourself, are you a Post person? Post makes it personal with fast, flexible, and affordable programs that are designed to help you achieve your goals no matter where you are on your academic journey. Post offers online, hybrid, and on-campus degree programs to meet your needs. For more information on all of Post degree programs, to visit campus, take a tour, or apply, go to post.edu. That's post.edu. Not the homecoming weekend the Eagles wanted on the football side. Don't forget to head over to Lemoy Field after today's game for women's soccer and men's soccer, as the 13th ranked men's soccer team plays at 6:30 against Goldie Beacom over at Lemoy Field, while the women, looking for their first win of the season, coming off a tie earlier this time last week, will also take on Goldie Beacom at 4 o'clock. But the men, ranked 13th in the nation, play at 6:30. 3rd and 3. Famicon looks over the defense. He's got 2 running backs this time. Twin receivers left, single receiver right. Snap. Looks up the middle, pocket collapses. He's going to throw short. probably could have run for it, but threw short looking for Bandy, and now it's fourth down. Eagles will go 4th and 3, under 2 minutes. Just again, want to make the offense feel better. Fumakan on 4th down, takes a high snap, hands the ball, nope, keeps it himself, will go off tackle, will get enough for a first down, gets to midfield, brought down first down. As I thought he gave it to Bandy, instead he kept it. First down, Eagles, and they're inside Greyhound territory at the 49. Eagles looking for one more score here. Clock is running. First and 10. 2 receivers left, single receiver right. He's got Bandy next to him. Fumakan steps up, avoids the tackle, keeps going. He's at the 40, 35, out of bounds at the 36. Dag nabbit. I don't know why bees like us so much. There we go. First and 10, as we got another bee up here in the booth that I took care of. Famicon over the middle, throws it, has Lisbon, nice catch at his knees. That's a first down at the 19. DJ Lisbon on the catch. Offensive lineman hobbling to get back into play. That's Colby Lorson Rice, the left tackle. He's going to have to come out. He can barely get there. Timeout, Eagles. 52 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Like I said, join us a week from today, 1 o'clock kickoff. Franklin Pierce in town, 3-4 on the season, 2-2 in conference. The Eagles are going to fall to 1-3 in conference, 3-3 overall. Eagles trying to get one more offensive touchdown just to feel better. First and 10 from the 19. And I think Lorson Rice wants to get back in there, but the Eagles wisely keep him out. Colin Owens in at left tackle for the Eagles. Tyler looks over the middle, throws it deep down the left side into double coverage. Looking for McNamara, who I think might have gotten hit in his male area. Hopefully that's not his knee. Eagles can ill afford to lose any other players. They already have 7 players out with injury today. And the roster not exactly deep this season. They started with 65. They're into the 50s in manpower. And it might be McNamara's knee. Coach Adam Schultz going over there to take a look. McNamara's had a decent day. He has a touchdown reception. Crowd is silent. And good for McNamara, able to get up. So, yeah, not as... He's not as bad as initially seemed. So 2nd and 10 from the 20. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. McNamara taking the slow walk off, so good for him, able to get off on his own power. Fumachan still in there as quarterback. He's still got Bandy to his left. Twins on both sides. Snap. Fumachan over the middle, throws it down the middle. It is caught! And caught by DJ Lisbon and down at the 1. That was a beautiful ball thrown by Fumachan. Lisbon caught it, first and goal from the 1. Snap. Fumachan, Bandy up the middle. Not going to get there. Timeout, Coach Schultz. Sometimes you just got to grip it and rip it, and Fumachan just gripped it and throw it. Sometimes, like on the rollout earlier, he's trying to make a play. That time he just gripped it, threw it, Lisbon caught it. And I think the Eagles need a little bit more of that offensively at times. You know, just take the ball, get a pocket, find a hole, and throw it. And I get this is assumption second and third team defense at this point. But, again, you want to come off the field feeling good. You got a game next week. You know, you've already won more games as a program this season than you have in your entire history prior to it. But that can't be good enough. That can't just be the goal. The goal wasn't to win 3 games this year. The goal was to compete, and they have. This 3-game stretch has been a challenge. They could have beaten CNA. That didn't work out that way. Bentley is forgettable. In some ways, this will be forgettable, but they've got points on the board. It's not a 59-0 game. It is 63-21. They can get one more touchdown here. It does make a difference. 2nd and goal from the 2. Geraldo and Lisbon, the receivers. Snap to Fumachan. Throws it up, looking for Lisbon. Lisbon does have hand checking with 26, Damian Sparrow, 5'10". Oh, hold it, 165 out of Manchester, Connecticut. Makes the defensive play, and it's 3rd and goal from the 2. Same setup, but Bandy moves to the left. Fumachan takes the snap, looks, this time throws it to Geraldo's side, and nope. They'll throw flags that time because he did not turn around. The defender, Matt Barino, 5'9" junior out of West Orange, New Jersey. He never turned around, so that's going to be a pass interference. That'll move the ball to the 1, give the Eagles 4 downs. Not a whole heck of a lot of time left, but you could play 4 downs with 17 seconds left. Correct. It goes to the 1. Eagles looking for one more score. 3 receivers. Fumachan has thrown the last 2 times. He hands to Bandy, who spins away from the defender, but he's going to lose 4 yards. Now let's see if Coach Schultz calls timeout. He does. 2nd and goal from the 5. 9 seconds remain. Thank you, as always, to our production staff. Communications Director Mike Colvesi. Clock gets updated to 11. Thank you to all of our people, our production team here. I've seen it all now. I just saw a dog wearing a fur coat. It's 60 degrees outside. But a dog wearing a full coat being carried by somebody, and it wasn't a small dog either, which is deeply concerning. But 11 seconds to go. 2nd and goal from the 5. Fake throws. Lisbon, nope. Hand checking and fighting with 34, Dante Verneri. 5'11", 220 out of Barnegat, New Jersey. 6 seconds remain. 3rd and goal. He can get 2 more plays in. 3rd and goal. Also, thank you to Phil, who filled in for me against St. A's 2 weeks ago. Appreciate it. Throws it up, looking for a catch. Geraldo caught it. Is he in? Touchdown! Israel Geraldo into the nest for the 2nd time today, the 3rd time this season. Israel Geraldo and Boomachan. Touchdown pass, his first of the season, and the Eagles get a few more points. 63-27. Is that it? That's the game. No time left. They're not going to make them kick the extra point. So the final score here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury on a last-second touchdown by Israel Geraldo. The Eagles fall to Assumption 63-27. Don't forget to join us a week from today against Franklin Pierce, 1 p.m. kickoff, 12:45 pregame on the CACC network and youtube.com/GoPostEagles. For all our production staff, for everybody who's helped out with today's game, I'm Jeff Nelson. We'll see you in a week. You're listening and watching the Post University Football on the CACC Network, youtube.com, which is the Post University Sports Network. Have a good evening, everybody.